Did it do it? All right. Well, thank you everybody for your time tonight, being on the call. This is one of my favorite things about what we do, is sharing stories. And it's so amazing when you connect with other people who have been on the products, get out there to a Plexus event, and just start hearing, how these products can change lives and how they do change lives. And so that is what we're going to be sharing tonight. And it is, kind of the focus has been that I presented with this group is about just how our labs improve. Like we give a lot of focus um, on health, on numbers, and this is one way that can be very tangible in seeing if numbers um, show it. And so, so much of it is though intangible with just how we're content with ourselves because of our gut being happy, our mental health. I mean, people can see that, we feel it, but this is something that we can see on paper, and so it just makes it more exciting. I'm a numbers person, so anyways, I was going to just start with my story, some about my lab values and my numbers and where I was. I was somebody who had always been active, and I'm a registered dietitian, so I really, knew how to eat healthy and did. And the numbers on the scale never changed, and also my labs were normal, but I would have problems with energy some days. I would have problems with almost felt like I was depressed. But I remember being like, but I'm not, I want to do things. I just can't get myself to do it. And I went to my naturopath, and I also started having hair loss. And she checked my labs though, and everything was normal. But she was like, well, you're at the low end of your thyroid though, so let's just give you a little bump and see how it goes. And so she did that. I felt better. The weight didn't really change, but I didn't have those energy lulls or depressive days. And then fast forward, let's see, about 7 years later, I came along with gut health, and I, but over those 7 years, I had to fight with other doctors because I had to move on and have a different provider, and I had to fight to get that prescription because I didn't know any better. I didn't know, that I could heal my body with gut health, and so I was like, yes, my labs are going to be normal, but I need this for how it makes me feel. And I even did go without my prescription for a while before gut health, and I started, those feelings started to come back. My hair just got dulled and was falling out, like in the shower. It would, I don't know if anybody else has done this before, but like I stick it to the wall so it doesn't go down the drain, and that was just routine. I thought that was normal. um Anyways, and I am now though prescription free because of these products. And I when we're talking about labs, I used to have blood sugar swings up that would go really low and bottom me out, and those have been balanced because of gut health. And I not only did I used to have a thyroid prescription, but I also I needed a PRN anti-anxiety medication. And I no longer like am at all in need of a prescription. And I love that because my body is working like it's supposed to. The candida has been cleared out. And so that is my quick story. But I wanted to share other people. And my friend Nicole is on, and she, I'm 2 years into this and now, free prescriptions. But Nicole started just in the spring,
Hey,
and
that was not nice.
She didn't make a letter. It said I am being mean.
I mute people. Michelle. Okay. This is real life. So we all have kids, right? So Nicole, you take it over. You started in April, and just share what has happened since you started. And yeah, thank you.
First, I have to apologize. There might be some hammering going on in the background from time to time. So, but yeah, so I started in April. I was at a point in my life when I nicely saw Dee's posts about something or another, I don't remember what it was. Um, and was like, hey, I'm in, it's like she would start talking to me about it. And I'm like, that's awesome. But I was at such a point in my life at that time that I felt so horrible on a daily basis that I was willing to try anything to help out. Yes, PCOS, thank you. Joy. um, and but I was having so much daily just abdominal pain, and I had PCOS. I was recently diagnosed with diabetes, and had several other, things going on that I just couldn't really figure out how to help myself. And I had the summer before had reached the highest in my weight gain that I had ever been, and was just all over horrible. So luckily within a few weeks of starting taking Plexus, my abdominal pains basically went away. Because before I was taking Pepto-Bismol probably 4 to 5 times a week just to function semi-normally. And so that was such a relief that I was about ready to cry and hug everybody who helped me get to that point. But going through it all, realizing later on, I've had some weight loss with it. I've lost about 2 sizes. So just all the kind of inflammation out of my body. It's been amazing. And a lot of these things I didn't realize until we were talking about it later on, but it's like, I sleep so much better now. And I actually have sleep apnea, and I actually just had an appointment yesterday with my sleep doctor, and they said my breakthrough times with my machine this last year have been less than 1%, which is a huge improvement from the year before.
You later.
When I had my lab values done several months ago, my A1C was down 0.5 point, which is amazing. Had my cholesterol was down and everything else. And so those are all great, talking about the numbers actually changing and showing proof. But other things that I didn't realize were like last year, when everybody was saying like how bad the allergy season was, I was like, oh, wait, I don't have any allergies. And I normally May, June, I am suffering, like completely drugged up and everything. And I barely had a sniffle during the whole allergy season, which is amazing. And I'm a night shift worker. So I work in the hospital, I work in labor and delivery, and 12-hour night shifts. And before, when I had worked night shifts, I was relied on caffeine all the time. And now I take an active at night or during about the middle of my shift when I start getting, tired, which you do, and get those 2, 3 a.m. slow down and you want to take a nap. I just take my active and I'm good to go for the rest of the shift. So those are good. And then I was actually really excited. I was actually able to get my son even on to help have him start. And he said his stomach pains have been a lot less too. And he's lost some weight and looks like he's started to lose some inches too. So I'm really excited for him. He's 22, so he needs to get his health under control now. But yeah, my daily life completely changed with taking Plexus. And people like my coworkers will see me taking it and stuff, and at night, and they're like, "What are you taking?" I'm like, "This is my medicine. It's not prescribed. Like these are my supplements. These are what helped me get through it." To me, I'm like, there's no going back now.
Thank you. And that's just what I love about this is like sharing your story, or Deidre sharing got you interested, and then your story has brought your son along and improving his health. And like, we don't know what people are going through, and they don't know what we're experiencing unless we share. And so you don't know how you can change somebody's life unless you talk about it and share it. And yeah, it just goes from there. And so many lives have been changed because we all share stories. Sorry if you can hear me. Go, baby. Next is going to be Ristine. I have known Ristine, my gosh, almost 10 years now.
I think
We got to know each other initially a volleyball tournament after I
Can
had
you
my
guys hear
last
me?
child during the volleyball. Yeah, we can, Lindsay.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
I don't know how to mute myself.
If you tap on, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
If you tap on the screen, a menu will show up and there's a microphone that you can tap. So we're glad you're here though.
Sorry guys, I'm all yelling. Everybody's talking. I got my TV on. I'm listening though. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate your time. Yeah. So what I was just saying is that, yeah, I've known Christine for almost 10 years now. And she, I'm going to let her share, but she's one of those people that this is her second time around. So with that, Christine, I will kick it over to you.
Thank you. I guess we can start with just my second time around, right? So what happened the first time around maybe is the best way to kind of kick things off. I have this awesome ability to just, we'll call it self-medicate. And when something's not going well, I'm just like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. But I didn't talk to anybody. And so I didn't talk to Joy. I didn't actually like take a minute to be like, this isn't working so well. Like, I'm not feeling so great on this. And I was just like, nope, I'm good. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm done. So fast forward a little bit, now I have a controlled Graves' disease. So when I was confirmed pregnant after going through some IVF, my body decided to start with an autoimmune disease. So I have Graves' disease, and it was medicated for years. And I mentioned that, like, sometimes being a bad patient, sometimes I would go off my medication because I wanted to feel better. Because it causes all sorts of other side effects at times too. So in September, it was Labor Day weekend, actually. We were up in Dew for a volleyball tournament. And I got on the bus at noon and hadn't eaten that morning and hadn't eaten all day until we got to the Dalles. And I picked up some food and didn't eat that because I knew that if I put that in my stomach, it was going to come up or out. And so I knew I needed to just be somewhere. So like I literally lived my life around a bathroom so that I could be somewhere. And I was just so frustrated and I just didn't feel good. And the numbers weren't coming down. Like I wasn't not eating to lose weight because that wasn't even the goal. It was just didn't want to ask a whole bus of kids to stop mid-drive. So I texted Joy and I was like, okay, we got to do something different, but it didn't work last time. And you talk about all of these great benefits, but let's see what actually happens. So we spent some time on the phone, got set up, moved forward. I haven't had any like amazing, like I love the 3-day cleanses and things like that, but I haven't had any like amazing results on the scale or numbers or things like that. But that's not my entire intention. That would be a nice added bonus. So I wouldn't mind that. But I am on a path now with my endocrinologist that I'm now almost off my medication. We'll see what happens in the next 10 to 12 weeks because we have to titrate off of it. But what I always got stuck with was the serum level. And so if anybody's has done anything with a thyroid disease, they always look at your T3, T4, and T4 free, I think it is. And those would always stay in range. But my serum would be about 5 to 10 times larger than it was supposed to be. And so I started in September, had my first appointment 6 weeks ago, and my labs are all normal. And the most important one that shows remission is actually the serum level. So not just the normal T3, T4 labs, but like what's your actual thyroid doing in the serum that it's producing. So I just had my labs done last week then I've reduced my medication and I'm in a normal range still. And so we'll reduce it even more and go another 10 to 12 weeks and see if it stays normal. And we'll test the serum at that level too, to make sure that the serum hasn't kicked up, and so that I can then end my medication and stay hopefully in remission. So I feel great. I actually took this out of my sister-in-law's. Like, she also has Graves, and so she was like, "Here, this is what I'm using. This is what I found success in." And so I followed that path, and then started just to add some new things. And so obviously, I am enjoying the cleanses, so I do that about once a month, and then I'll actually start using collagen here pretty soon to see kind of just what added benefits that brings. So yeah, that's where I'm at today.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. And one thing that I know Nicole and Ristine could agree on too is that we're just not as much of we don't react as big as we are used to, or less reactionary, maybe, is that the word, to things. So, I know Ristine's got some teenagers, and Nicole too, as kids. And with my kids, like, I'm just not as much, I'm just not as irritable and with gut health. And so, I know we've been focusing on lab so much, but you're just, it supports our mood. Our guts have the direct pathway via the vagus nerve to our brain. They are the second brain. And when our gut is healthy, just so much comes into balance, and even the mental health does too. So I'd like to open up to questions, since we have time right now. If anybody has anything they want to ask, anything specific about regimens, this is the time. And also, if you want to just be done, that is fine. We just wanted to share these stories and let people know that just because the doctors have laid out a plan, with your prescriptions, doesn't mean that you still can't work on your own to heal your body and change the numbers, because our bodies want to thrive. We just have to give it what it needs. All right. Well, yeah. So thank you all for your time. If there's no questions.
Hey, Joy,
Yeah.
does anything that you take with Plexus react with like blood pressure medicine, or if they have you taking hormones? Do we have to have?
Did you say hormones?
Yeah, I'm doing hormones, and then like Rich is on blood pressure medicine. So do you have to worry about anything interacting?
No, and these products will help. I've had multiple people have to bring their blood pressure medications down because they get on the products and they start to just be kind of lightheaded at times. And I've had this, and I've said, like, when's the last time you've actually checked your blood pressure? When's the last time you've gone into the doctor? And maybe we need to get your medications reduced, and that's usually the cause of that. So yeah, we improve blood pressure. And then the hormone part, these products just help balance hormones. With Nicole sharing her PCOS story, and that's what got her attention. It was that piece of healing the gut, bringing hormones in balance. Insulin is a hormone, and with people who are perimenopausal, we have a whole nother call about that. And too, that the regimen that Michelle just shared in there with X Factor Ease and Slim. Yeah. So those products will bring balance to your gut and balance overall. I mean, that's what we focus on, is insulin or blood sugar control, inflammation, gut health.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you personally about a couple of things. So.
Of course. But yeah, as for medication interactions, is that there are, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a pharmacist, and so I don't know every single medication that's out there, but rarely do we need to adjust anything for that. Besides, some people with, depending on their thyroid medication, they have to wait, just a lot of thyroid medications say, wait 30 minutes or an hour before you eat. And that would be the case.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. So, yeah,
Yes, my blood
good
pressure
question. Thank
is
you.
down and my meds have gone down from it. And I'm like so excited about that.
Yes. How long have you been using the products?
I used it, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie right now. I can't remember when I started using it again. It hasn't been like very long. It's been probably like 6 months or so. But I had
Mhm.
used it and then I stopped and then I felt like shit or crap. And so I decided, you know what? I need to get some Plexus back. So I started again. I have a question. Has anybody ever had like experienced swelling in like their feet and legs with any of these or like the BioCleanse specifically?
I know people that the swelling has been reduced with using these products. So the BioCleanse, you're suspecting that the BioCleanse is causing it? Is that why you mentioned that one
No,
product or
well,
okay?
okay. So my mom started using it and it was working great for her and she was so excited because she has really bad Crohn's disease and she has problems with going to the bathroom regularly. So she like lives off of like laxatives and stuff. But she started using the BioCleanse and she was like having a bowel movement every day and she was so happy. But then just a few days ago, I think on like Wednesday last week, she was like, my legs are really swollen in my feet. And her doctor was like, oh, well, it might be the sodium in your BioCleanse that you're taking or whatever. So on Friday, she decided she was gonna, maybe like lay off of them and see if that helps. It hasn't yet. I was just curious if that's ever been an issue. That's all.
Yeah, the amount of sodium that's in the BioCleanse is nothing compared to what we get from the, just our typical diet. And
Dude, yeah,
so,
okay. Yeah, and I seen that. I'm like, there's only 50 milligrams or something small like that, and then like the
yeah,
100
it's
of
nothing.
the sodium biocot. I don't know how to say the other word, but there was like 190 or something like that of sodium something, but I don't know what it is or anything.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Hmm.
I was
Yeah,
just
I
wondering.
mean, I would just ask, my dietitian hat would wonder, how has her fluid intake been? Because our body can, if we start to be on the edge of dehydration, our body starts to hold on to whatever it can. And also just activity, if you're not as active or you're just sitting more, then the the fluids in our body get a chance to, you know, pool because gravity always wins, unless we move
Right,
around. So,
definitely.
but yeah, her hydration status, it sounds counterintuitive, but drinking more fluids is going to help her body flush out. For some reason
Right.
it's holding on. Hmm. So,
Right. Oh, so she does take the ease. I'm like reading these messages. Sorry. She does take the ease and she loves it. And I told her about the hydrate too. And I was telling her, she also needs. She's really terrible about drinking water. And I was like, well, you also need to drink water, like to help flush stuff out. Like
yes,
drinking water is going to be like really important. So okay. And
it's
it could
huge,
just be
especially if she's just, is she new? How long has she been on the products?
uh just 1 month. I mean, like she just started last month. We got her first uh
Yeah.
prescription and then
Yeah.
now like she's afraid to take it, but her feet haven't stopped swelling. So and they have swollen in the past too. Like I don't know, she takes
Yeah.
uh, she takes other meds for her Crohn's, so you never know. And she probably eats salty foods, who knows. And she doesn't move a lot because she's in pain, but she moves more than she was because of that ease. But yeah.
Good.
Okay, I was
Well,
just
it's,
curious.
yeah.
I wasn't saying it was that. I was just like, I'm praying that it's not because like I
No.
was really excited and she was too that she was able to like feel good and know when she was going to have a bowel movement so she can leave the house and not worry about needing a bathroom or not, all that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yep. I would tell her that no, not the product, stick with it. Her body is just probably still shedding a lot. And it's a good thing. So let her, those regular bowel movements are necessary for us to be, it's excretion. We have to
Yeah,
excrete things. And the hydration, yeah, get her drinking more water. That's going to help her.
right. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you for asking. And sharing your own story. That is fantastic.
Thank you. And sorry about all the yelling and stuff before. I didn't realize that I was not muted and I apologize for everybody talking and I was being super loud over here.
It's okay. I like, those, when that happens, it just shows like we are not, this stage elaborate production. This is real life. Okay. So I was nursing my baby and I got him screaming here. So thank you all for being on. And
I'm literally working while I'm being on here.
Yeah, that's what we do, right? So, yeah, if you want to know any more from any of us that have shared, please don't hesitate to, contact the person who invited you here. We can hook you up and share more about our routine, our regimen. And yeah, my little timer's going off right now with my baby. So thank you all for joining us. Have a good night.
Good night.